Good morning, campers, and welcome back to Lotus Operations. And I just wanted to talk about another crazy yet disturbing dream I've had. Now, most of my dreams are usually not disturbing, but they are usually pretty crazy and deals with combat or some type of shit hit the fan scenario. Now, this most recent dream that I dreamed about, I was back on the boat, launching aircraft for some type of combat situation that we were in. And I don't know why I was back in there, but I was decked out with, the normal gear, gas masks and stuff like that, because we were under some type of situation on the flight deck. I don't know what type of bombing runs we were doing. All I know is that it was secret bombing runs and shit was going down and there was major combat going on all around us. Not only like directly around us, but like in the land area generally. And stuff like that. But I remember launching our aircraft off. They were locked, loaded with weapons and bombs and canisters. Don't know exactly what was in the canisters, but they weren't like normal bombs or weapons. But as we were launching aircraft off, we were getting them ready, chaining them up, unchaining them, sending them off, checking the birds and doing stuff like that. All of a sudden, the ship alarms started going off, and they reported over the loudspeakers, all unauthorized personnel get off the flight deck immediately. Now, this part of the dream gets kind of disturbing, so if you are kind of like queasy, I would not recommend continuing on. But what happened next kind of actually scared me, and I usually don't have nightmares about stuff like this. But the last nightmare that I ever did have, I was getting possessed by a demon, but that's a whole different dream that I could talk about. But in this dream, the alarms were going off and we were trying to get off the... Okay, guys, sorry about the cutoff. My phone randomly shut down. I don't know why. But as I was mentioning, in my dream, I was trying to get off the flight deck. Now, this is where it gets crazy at. But I was trying to get off the flight deck because we had the alarms going off. Like, they were telling people to get off the flight deck ASAP. We were running. I remember running in my dream with my gear. Like, I literally dropped whatever I had and we were trying to run. And then all of a sudden we had these aircraft. I don't know what aircraft they were. I don't know whose there was. It was crazy. But there was like 4 or 5 of these aircraft. They buzzed the flight deck. Now, buzzing the flight deck, if you not military, means it's a really low fly over the aircraft. But they sprayed something on us. I mean, I'm thinking it was a chemical warfare, but it was some type of like greenish gas, like greenish white gas of some type. Even though I had my mask on, I couldn't feel nothing there. I could actually, like, as I'm trying to get off the flight deck, I started feeling my skin burning. Like, yeah, because even though I had clothes on and I was sealed up to protect myself against that stuff, this stuff was eating through it. And it literally was like starting to burn my skin. And and people around me were collapsing and yelling, and you could see them grabbing their face. And as they're grabbing their face, you could see them pulling the skin off of their face. They were literally just pulling it off, and it was like bleeding, and you could just see the skin peeling off, and the boils were appearing. This was some type of chemical warfare on this flight deck, and I don't know if this is a premonition of what's coming for World War III. I don't know if this is a trauma from past military services, because I know on the flight deck I almost got hit by an aircraft on the flight deck, and that is a legitimate story there. I almost died. I was like 6 inches away from death, like at plane level, like beheading portion thing. That scared me a little bit there, even though I've been coping with it. But the thing is I don't know if this has something to do with that, if this is my mind telling me something's going on, but literally I could just see their skin peeling off, and you could see their muscles, and they were bleeding, and then my skin started peeling off, and I could just start seeing as I'm just pulling it off, and it literally could just see my muscles and my tendons and my nerves, and it was really freaking disturbing. And like, I remember waking up like freaking, and I could feel my skin tingling in real life. Like, I don't know if like my arms were asleep and that was happening or what, but I could still feel my skin with the burning and the tingling after I woke up from the dream. And this is like literally, I'd never have nightmares, and this one actually, like, yeah, I have nightmares, as people would say, but normally I'm not scared of it. Like, this one though really worried me, and it brought back a lot of flashbacks from the military, but nothing that gruesome, just like of shit you've seen and shit you went through, So I just wanted to let y'all know, in case this is a warning of what is coming. major either biological attacks, chemical attacks, whatever it is. But y'all have fun. I'll keep you updated on more dreams that I have. And Lotus Operations out.